Welcome all. Today we have a great personality and a great author with us, Shri Vivekanand Jha,
Thank you, Archana ji.
who has written a good number of books, and his latest book is The Living Legends of Mithila, which is a classic of century. So let's have a chit chat with him. So sir, what inspired you to write a book on Living Legend of Mithila?
Thank you, Archana ji. Actually, I must tell you that Mithila had a very glorious past. If you just look into the Ramayana, one of the greatest scriptures ever written in the history of the mankind, you would discover that even the name of Lord Janak is there, who was the father of the King Janak, who was the father of Sita, Mother Sita. So even Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna describes about Lord Janak, he had named him as one of the greatest karma yogis ever born on earth. So when we have such a priceless treasure, priceless ancient treasure, definitely I was always thinking about my own pious birthplace. That how, because over a period of time, Mithila had lost much of its scene, in as much as people strayed from the path, people deviated from their noble path, noble cause, and they forgot the priceless heritage. And that's why it inspired me that how I'll be able to bring Mithila onto the global world map, a global map. Because since we had not only the great ancestry, but we were the people. In fact, you must have heard about Yagna, that Yagbal we call in Hindi, that he was the first man to have taught the world about the human Brahma and his creation, about the God and his creation. So when we had such great ancestry, definitely our present generation should know that even it's not that only in the past we had such great personalities, but even in the contemporary times we do have all such great, the lineage still continues, and we have scores of such greats even in our midst today. And that is what inspired me to write this particular book, so that to make the contemporary generation, especially the youth, aware of what our great tradition has been, how even today our great illustrious achievers are, and they should draw inspiration from them. Even for the posterity, I wanted to leave a priceless heritage or a legacy, so that even generations and generations people will continue to get inspired from the illustrious lives of these 25 people that I have described in my book, The Living Legends of Mithila. So and that too, from all these achievers have been from the diverse field. So therefore, what I'm trying to suggest through this book, that all these great achievers do have an illustrious past, and they all reach their destination through a massive struggles. And that is why our youth generations should take or draw inspiration from these illustrious achievers.
Yeah, great thought, sir. So what is the most interesting thing in this book?
The most interesting thing in this book is that all these illustrious achievers, they had to pass through the ordeals, various different form of ordeals, and how they managed to reach their destination. That itself is a saga, an inspirational saga that would inspire the youth of today's and even the coming generation. Because as and when somebody begin questioning, or you yourself develop the complex that, oh my God, actually Mithila is a place or land which is more or less which remains submerged because of some rivers like Kosi. So people virtually they had to migrate from their birthplace in order to eke out their living in metropolises and other cities and towns. So therefore the people at times they develop this particular complex, that we don't have our own origin is not that illustrious or something which could not feed us. So it's not like that. Mithila talent is ruling the roost. Mithila produces all gems, and it has been producing in generations and generations. So therefore I wanted to highlight all these glories of Mithila, and just to showcase the glory at the World Forum, that Mithila should regain its own importance, significance, and it should be regarded as as a harbinger, as a brand ambassador of the of a unique culture to the world community. That has been the primary reason behind writing this particular book. And you would be surprised to know that I almost took more than 2 years in visiting India, across India and Nepal, to to describe the lives of these of these achievers, or you can say the legends. Because, and that is the beauty of the book. That it's not that the author had visited all these places, and that's why it took 2 years, more than 2 years. But still, finally, the book is ready, and it is just on the verge of getting released.
So, sir, what prompted you to accord Dr. Birbal Jha the title of the youngest living legend of Mithila in your book?
Actually, Dr. Sri Birbal Jha even had a very struggling life.
Yeah.
Basically, he did, when he was born, barely after his birth, he lost his father, and he had to immensely struggle. Even he had to toil in the field, along with his mother, and by just he had to toil a lot. Today, the stature that he had acquired, is a byproduct, or a consequence of a very huge effort that he had invested. And today he has become, he also carries the feelings of, his own, the pride of being a Maithil. And definitely all his diverse, achievements, especially in terms of teaching English, to you say countless students who are eking out their livings because of their his efforts, Himalayan efforts. And most importantly, I would like to mention one very important reason. When my book, I am also an author of Yes, I Am Bihari.
Yeah.
And how मैं Bihari हूँ. Yes, I am Bihari, actually, where I showcase the glory of Bihar, Bihar, and it was launched by Honorable Sri Nitish Kumar ji, the Chief Minister of Bihar, in the company of all his ministers on the eve of Bihar Divas, where I saw the image of Dr. Birbal Jha ji juxtaposing with that of the former illustrious Prime Minister of India, statesman Prime Minister of India, Honorable Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. So, a sort of curiosity aroused in me, because I knew Dr. Birbal Jha even from Patna. But then I thought that what sort of deeds, he did to get his image juxtaposing with that of such a towering personality like Sri Vajpayee. Then it just inspired me, that and I began my quest to know more about Dr. Birbal Jha. So I came to know that that he had really done something very crucial, something very vital for spreading English education across the country. And that is why he, in fact, even not only by virtue of his deeds, even by his age, he remains the youngest among all the legends that we have portrayed in our classic, The Living Legends of Mithila.
So, sir, as you have written several numbers of books, including Yes, I Am Bihari, so don't you think that you are promoting the regionalism?
Very good. You have raised a very pertinent question. In fact, I would say that Yes, I Am Bihari demolishes the regionalism, the feelings, these parochial feelings, the sectarianism. Because, actually Biharis across the country, they have been the object of hatred, because people, continue to mock them, and it has acquired some sort of negative connotation. When it has acquired some sort of negative connotation, so obviously, I wanted to dispel that particular notion that no, Biharis are, they are best in different fields. They are the topmost bureaucrats. They have been the good politicians. They have been good scientists. They have been toppers wherever they are. So that is why I wanted to demolish that negative connotation, and therefore I wrote this book, which is targeting the regionalism, because the book deals with the students going to Mumbai, and how they have been brutally assaulted by the goons there. So regionalism, it demolishes regionalism, that India is one, everybody is free to go anywhere, and one should not be targeted because of one's genesis, because of one's congenital identity. That exactly has been the crux, or you can say the message that I am trying to send through that book.
So
yes, I am Bihari.
You were promoting equality.
Undoubtedly so. Because the very protagonist is questioning in that particular book that if India is one, he is raising the question before the President of India, that if India is one, why being a Bihari I am being discriminated against. So it attacks regionalism, and at no point it promotes or it bolsters the perspective of regionalism at all.
So what is your latest book all about?
The Living Legends of Mithila, basically, as I already informed you, it envisages the glory of Mithila. It talks about that how Mithila has been a pious land, and how our ancestors, how they try to, they busied themselves, they concentrated on knowing, on philosophies and all that. Because you find most of the topmost philosophies that we have today in the world, they have invariably come from Mithila, like Mandan Misra, he was one of the greatest philosophers and basically of Mimamsa philosophy, exponent of Mimamsa philosophy, and he was reported to have contested against great Adi Sankaracharya on scholarly debate. Then you must be very surprised to know that we had Sri Sankara Misra, one of the one of the child prodigies who dared to introduce himself before the court of the Darbhanga emperor or Darbhanga king, where he recited this couplet that Balohang Jagdanandang Name Bala Saraswati Apurne Panchme Barse Barnayam Jagatriyam. I may be a small child, because as soon as he entered the court, all the members, they just mocked at him. They derided upon a child entering into the court. So he instantly said that don't go by my age, because I am yet to complete my 5 years of age, but nevertheless I do have the potential to describe the universe. That is the greatness of Mithila. And today, if you have strayed from there, we have to restore our pride. And this has been one of the primary or elementary reasons behind writing this book, to showcase the glory of Mithila in the world forum, to once again bring Mithila as India as world's most ancient civilizations, the civilization which taught the world about God and his creation. Because you would be knowing that when the Western civilization was in cradle, here in India people spoke about God and his creation, and that was Mithila. It was the first place from where all the rishis, they sprouted, and they spread the concept of brother fraternity or brotherhood, and they spoke about God and his creation. So that is why I wanted to highlight and project the contemporary glories of Mithila. And that is why I have picked up 25 people, although there are n numbers of achievers from Mithila. But I cannot go for all these people. Therefore, I settled for 25 best achievers from the pious land of Mithila. They not only contributed to only Mithila or Maithili, but they contributed to the nation building. They brought India onto the world map. They have contributed to India's rising as a global power. That has been the logic or objective behind choosing and picking up the best of achievers for the Living Legends of Mithila. And let me share with you that it is a first pioneer book, I would say pioneer book, written not only within the Republic but across the world. First time a book called Living Legends has been written, and that too from a humble writer like me, especially from Mithila. That adds beauty to the book.
So where is your next destination?
Actually, I want to work for Mithila. Since I've already been working for Mithila, as you already know, that I wrote Yes, I Am Bihari to glorify Bihar, and this is a book to glorify Mithila. I want to do something for Mithila, which I have been doing, but I want to do it at a greater scale. Let Mithila once again be on the forefront of the nation's development. Let Mithila rise to provide the leadership to the world. And that is what all of us Maithils must join hands together. I would like to make an appeal to my Maithil community scattered across the globe that Mithila is the best place in the world. It is the most sacred place. Let us all join hands to rebuild Mithila, to restore its pride, to restore its glory, and that is what the Living Legends of Mithila is all about. One thing I must tell you, that its Hindi version is also there, so which both are slated for its mega launch on day after tomorrow. That is on 11th of November at Gandhi Peace Foundation. And and that is a Hindi version of the book is Mithila ke Adhunik Diggaj. So both the Living Legends of Mithila and its Hindi version Mithila ke Adhunik Diggaj together are slated for the mega launch. And Honorable Sri T.N. Chaturvedi ji, the ex-CAG and Governor, he is the chief guest with all the honored guests like Sri Saryu Rai, Honorable Minister. Then of course Dr. Rajendra Singh, Madhu Kiswarji, all these people, galaxy of people, including all our heroes, those who have been portrayed in the Living Legends of Mithila, they are going to grace this particular occasion. So through you, I'm trying to invite the people in general to come, especially from the pious land of Mithila, to come and grace the occasion and to be a part of this revolution. Because I would like to dub the Living Legends of Mithila not only as a cataclysmic piece, but as a global revolution, global cultural revolution.
Great, sir. So what is your secret behind the strong journalistic and writing pursuit?
Actually, although you might not be knowing, I am basically from CA and MBA finance background. I have been into teaching also. I taught at various management colleges. I have been training the IS those who are qualified IAS. But it is a call of my soul, the call of my conscience that I should write. And I should write something which will inspire the people. And therefore, when I wrote, Yes, I am Bihari, I did not tell you one thing which I would like to share it to you now. I have also written a book on His Excellency, the Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, Delhi Beckons Raga for Namo, which was the book launched by Prime Minister himself in the Vibrant Gujarat Education Summit. So basically, all throughout, I have been trying to inspire through my writings to not only to the youth, but within the republic, but across the world, that what the writing, which is dying, literature is dying today. But there are thousands of people working on it, and I also being one of them, to revive the literature. Therefore, today I also take this opportunity to appeal to the larger mass that they should join hands. They should once again revive the habits of reading books. The Prime Minister has already taken initiative when he said that instead of bouquet, you offer them some books as a gift. So let us revive that habit of reading the books. Let the mass across the world read the Living Legends of Mithila or Mithila ke Adhunik Diggaj, because that will give them an insight into what the book is all about. And all the 25 topmost achievers, how they have managed to reach the destination. It is the best process, to unravel the mystery that encapsulates the Living Legends of Mithila and Mithila ke Adhunik Diggaj.
Sure, sir, sure. I'm sure that the mass will follow your words, definitely. So viewers, we had a great conversation with Sri Vivekanand Jha, and let us see what his new collection has, what his new book has. So I wish him a good luck for his future, and I hope we will be getting more and more from him. Thank you.